Let us now turn our attention to India's Jammu and Kashmir, where the security forces have started a number of operations to dismantle the network of Pak-backed terrorism. Islamabad is making desperate attempts to launch infiltration bids in the region. However, Indian Army, with the help of Jammu and Kashmir police, is putting an end to these terrorists with a commitment to upholding peace and tranquility in the area. Recently, security forces foiled a major infiltration bid through the line of control in Balakot Sector in Poonch district and killed 2 Pakistani terrorists. Our report.
Jammu and Kashmir has remained at the target of Pakistan's state-sponsored terrorism since decades, be it deadly terror attacks, cross-border infiltration or indulging into narco-terrorism. Islamabad has not differed itself from indulging into anti-Indian activities. Recently, a major terror attack was foiled in Jammu and Kashmir as Indian security personnel thwarted a major infiltration bid through the line of control in Balakot Sector of Poonch district and killed 2 Pakistani terrorists. According to police officials, they were heavily armed with AK rifles, steel core AK ammunition that can pierce through bulletproof vehicles, Chinese pistols, grenades and other ammunition. The terrorists were also carrying the army's combat uniform. That indicates they were tasked to attack some military formation.
January 2023, at approximately 1900 hours, own alert troops observed suspicious movement of 2 terrorists, infiltrators, who were trying to sneak in across the line of control in Balakot Sector of Poonch district. Troops commenced search at 0200 hours on the 8th of January. The search was deliberate as the area was not just undulating with dense undergrowth, but also heavily mined. In the search so far, 2 bodies have been recovered with weapons, magazines, ammunition and other warlike stores. The army has recovered 1 AK-47 rifle, 1 modified AK-56 rifle, 1 Chinese pistol, 2 Chinese hand grenades, 2 heavy high explosive IED devices and 1 mobile phone. Search operations still continue.
For the Indian soldiers at this frontier, it's a battle that has to be fought on 2 fronts: hostile neighbor and harsh winter, which is approaching. While the infiltration remained largely under control last year, the possibility of Pakistan returning to its old ways of making increased attempts to sneak more terrorists ahead of the winter. Besides infiltration of terrorists, the Indian Army is also worried about the flow of drugs from across the border. As per the Ministry of Home Affairs, there has been more than 75% decrease in net infiltration from across the border between 2018 and 2021, and more than 80% reduction in the number of terrorist incidents during the same period. Despite such efforts by the security forces in eliminating those infiltrating the line of control, the drug menace has not abated. In order to target youths and channeling finance for Pakistan-backed terror activities, Islamabad is using narco-terrorism as a new weapon in its proxy war against India in the Kashmir Valley.
Pakistan's formal economy is in a poor state. Everyone knows that the narco money is being used to fund the terrorists as well as to generate money through irregular means, and therefore with Haqqanis in the government in Afghanistan, Pakistan finds that this is a lucrative trade, and therefore the drug cartels are trying every possible means to send the narcotics into India and create a market and also spoil the new generation. They would like to certainly find a number of means wherever they can induct it easily whether through drones or through coast or through Gujarat coast or whichever coast they find that the security is slightly lax. And therefore, I think they will exploit all possible means to induct narcotics into India.
Pakistan's efforts to undermine normalcy in Jammu and Kashmir, particularly after the August 2019 constitutional reforms, is rooted in its decades-long proxy war against India. Its diplomatic efforts, both bilaterally as well as raising the issue at various international fora, have been limited to malign India and to portray that bilateral approach have failed. Islamabad must end material support for terrorism in Kashmir if regional peace is to be assured.